It's like super strong, but also like whiter than normal metal. It's like,
Yeah, it's just the best possible metal. My precious Mididium.
leave it alone, you prudes.
The Amythest Serpent stole my Mididium. Yeah, no, we could definitely do that for -4. So how about, is there a throwing distance on your chakram?
60 feet.
Okay, knock that down to 45.
45 when you're using this.
Yeah, this is gonna be heavier.
Yeah.
And knock it down to 45, and when you do that, basically put it so the chakrams will do an extra 3 damage.
All right.
It's also magical, so that means Bluts can be killed with it.
Nothing happens to plus to hit. It just stays plus 2.
Yeah, because it's a magic ability.
All right.
So, but don't forget, well, once you level up or put more into magic, that will continue to go up.
Right.
So, like next level, even if you put nothing in magic, that will be a plus. Wait, your level's 2 right now, and you have 1. Yeah, it'll be a +3 next level. No, your level's 2 right now, right?
Yeah.
So you have 1 point in magic, right?
Yes.
So it's a +3.
It's plus 3 to hit.
Yeah. So next level, even if you put
Okay.
nothing in magic, it'll be a +4.
Actually, I just never changed that one. Okay, there you go.
So we both know what happened last time. You killed a man by roasting him alive. At a very productive
Hey.
time.
Hey. The strong use of the word.
I think it was productive. Got a lot of information. You met Captain Wenister at the end.
He was very moist.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We're very much on the same page today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was a very moist man. Paid you guys some balloons and sent you guys off. So now you guys are waiting to hear back from the Canton Cop. And he will contact you at some point with your next mission, which is presumably to lay siege to the camp of the Amythest Serpent, as you guys have gotten us Stutter back to the capital safely, and he, a former member of the Amythest Serpent, is now ratting them out. So that's good. So right now it is, you and Mikon are sitting here inside of the Amythril, basically base here in Lavency, and you guys are just kind of sitting and eating in the cafeteria. You have some time to kill before anything really goes down. So if you want to explore Lavency for a bit, maybe fight a hell crab, you can do that.
I actually probably can now.
Probably, yeah.
I'll go explore around town. Why not?
So the two of you go around town. Occasionally someone does throw a jeer at Mikon for being a blue.
Oh no.
Oh no. And you guys come across a few things. You do see like the Bowen Shrine, the Church of Or. See bird roosts around the city where people use to send messages and such things, mostly for Blut Hunters, but other people who can afford to use it are able to pay the blooms and send messages to loved ones. I'm sure you're very interested in the Waste Disposal Guild.
Not at all.
But yeah, but aside from them, you do find a few shops. You find Ilden's Workshop, which seems to be some kind of weird inventor man. You find a fighting pit where you can watch people fight. There's there's basically like a newspapers trying to get started.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't really launched yet, but you can see it starting. What else we got in this beautiful little place? There's Performers Square, where you see a group of women singing in a cappella together. And there is a general store, a market, an amphitheater.
Mm-hmm.
And like normal town stuff, an apothecary. If you would like to buy poisons, it seems Mikon is a regular there.
Oh, yeah. Well, would I know the best place to go and check out what this red ruby I have actually means?
You
Who
would
would have the best
actually
knowledge?
not have to leave Amythest for that. You would actually have to go over into the tower to the side of it, where there are a bunch of auxiliary legion members who are called basically they're Blut scholars. They try to educate themselves on how Blut society, how Bluts work, and other things about Blut saugers to better fight them.
Okay. Well, I would love that to in walking distance to go there.
You go in, and the first thing you see is there are several. It's mostly older people. They're not. None of them are purples. You see a green, a red, and an orange in here. They're covered in medical gear. You could actually just barely see the marks on each of them, as you know. You have a very disgusted face, and they're cutting apart what looks like a Blut body and trying to find any differences between normal persons in it. And there's books everywhere. There's notes everywhere. Anatomy. You see very detailed drawings of musculature being separated from the bone and skin and teeth and eyes. As you could know from seeing the Blut Sauger before, the biggest difference between them is them an immortal of whatever they are. You know, whatever, if it's like a person, a lean, or an undling, which undlings are very rare for Bluts, but usually the thing is their pupils are not black, they're bright glowing orange, and their teeth are sharp, being the giveaways of a Blut Sauger. So you see them, and when they're killed, their teeth and eyes explode out of their head.
I'm going to turn to Mikon and say, well, it takes a bunch of beasts to understand a beast, I guess.
It's already starting. God. Well, I suppose you're right.
You would have a knack for this job, wouldn't you?
I'm not really interested in cutting people up. I much prefer other more subtle ways of helping the cause.
Are you taking a couple pinkies or two?
No, this is your own tradition to take the finger bones. I just use it to help with my disguises. I know you're not a religious man, but I still think we can work on that.
Whatever you say, Pius. I'm going to go over to the young operating table.
Yeah, you go over to the operating table where they're cutting this corpse apart, and this woman, she's like, "What are you doing? Get away from here! We're working."
Whatever you say, Orangey.
Yeah.
I actually have some important routes I think I would need your kind of expertise in. I think would be quite useful to you.
She kind of like rolls her eyes and goes, "Okay, yeah, come back in an hour when we're done with this."
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see you probably take off a slice or two to eat or something. You kind of people. Ugh. All right,
she just shakes her head. Two of you leave.
Yeah. So many animals in there. Disgusting.
It takes many to fight off the Blue Scourge.
Well, yeah, I guess so. We should do something a bit more. We should go to more savory areas, much more. What's I'm looking for? Civilized areas. We should go to the fighting pits. Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid Blue Rise is a few days away from here. But certainly, fighting pits sounds like it could be a fun way to spend the afternoon.
Oh, yes. That's some good, wholesome entertainment.
Fun for the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
None of this is ironic. Just to make it clear.
God, I love this society.
Chuck's merely missing out on this campaign. You guys show up, and a big burly man. He has the first thing you notice about this guy is despite his very large frame, is he has really, really noticeable bags under his eyes. It's kind of flat-headed, a big nose, purple. So,
upstanding gentleman.
Yeah. But yeah, like his bags are really bad. The worst you've ever seen in your life, including Mikon, who's like 60. So yeah. This big baggy man stops you and he goes, 5 blooms to enter. Each.
Looks like you haven't gone to sleep.
And what would make you say that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you have to seem to have quite a big bags underneath your eyes.
These are hereditary.
I whispered to Mikon, I hate to see his mother.
The man does not overhear you.
Perfect. Well, yeah, I guess 5 is a good price to pay for some good wholesome entertainment. Yeah, I'll toss 5 blooms.
You give him 5 blooms. He lets you both in.
Perfect.
So you take your seats and you join in as there's a fight going on. There's 2 men are wailing on each other with large wooden clubs in the center. As people are cheering. Yes, there are bets going on.
Yeah.
The one man with the one club, he is known as Billy the Club.
Billy the Club, I like it.
And he's younger, he's energetic. He's favored by a lot of the ladies who are into men with clubs. He's one of the club fighters here. He uses a club, hence the name Billy the Club. And he's fighting his rival, the much more experienced club fighter. I'm thinking of another club name. Big Club. So Billy the Club and Big Club are hitting their wooden clubs really loudly off each other, but it looks like Big Club's experience and age, despite his age, is he's still winning. Neither of them can use magic, so just pure grit and physical power.
Now, are these fights to death, or are they to knockout?
These are to knockout.
Okay. Oh. Well.
They were to the death 5 years ago, but the operator of the fighting pits kind of stopped that because he was running out of fighters.
What a shame.
It's a more civilized time. Now we're stuck with this garbage, says Mikon. I'm not betting on this. You know, in Blue Rise, we'd have fights like this. We'd do it over, and we'd have a bridge between 2 mountains. We'd have them fight on the bridge, and there was no railings. There'd be no railings.
You know, we need to spice this up a bit. I'm gonna go to one of the betters.
Yeah, you go for one of the betters.
And I say, how much for a bet?
Who you betting on?
The next competitor, Mikon, down there, the destroyer.
He turned around and he had Mikon, and he's like, there's like this baked good that they're selling, and it's not like okay, baked goods not a correct way to say this. They're basically selling this thing with like baked dough with fish inside of it, and you turn around and Mikon is just eating this, and he kind of looks at you as he just catches what you're saying. He looks at the guy, he swallows, he's just like points at himself. This old man you're with.
Yeah.
He shrugs.
He wants the winner.
How much you betting on your old friend?
Oh, trust me, I think he's quite good. I'd say, he's a bit old, but he's still got some fight in him. Let's say 14 blooms. Make it interesting.
14 it is. So the clubbing, it ends in a big club. Maintains its supremacy as the club fighters are taken off as people collect their bets, and the female fans of Billy the Club cry at his loss, and then his groupies cry as the new 3 fighters enter the ring, and it's the 2 who were scheduled to fight. One man wielding a giant great axe, similar to the man you fought earlier, and another guy wielding a long sword, kind of dressed almost like a pirate, like a very fancy pirate. As this is this guy's name is Parson, Captain Parson is his fighting name. He claims to be a retired pirate captain who now makes his money as a fighter in the pit. He's decided that is a better use of his time. That's the legend of him. He said that he's even dueled against Captain Wenister himself, although that is not confirmed. The other guy is Axeman Calvin. Axeman Calvin is a big man with a big axe, and he will not give any more information on himself. But he's killed 3 people in here 5 years ago, and was one of the leading reasons that this place got turned into a not to the death fighting pit. And the third person is the elderly Mikon.
How beautiful.
So they enter the pit. They start beginning, and as soon as they begin, you notice a little whiff of vomit green go by as Axeman Calvin begins to violently throw up and falls over unconscious. This takes the pirate Captain Parson off guard as Mikon then bashes him over the head of his quarterstaff, and the 2 engage in a short scuffle before he bashes him off again in the side of the head and knocks him unconscious, as Mikon really didn't get hurt at all.
Oh, Mikon the Destroyer!
As the better comes up to you, says, "Magic's not allowed here. We're keeping your blooms."
Magic? I don't know. I think he just came down with a little bit of sickness. Couldn't handle his lunch.
Charm check.
That's a 6.
Yeah.
Okay, keep your blooms. It was worth watching. I don't want your money anyways.
It's been about an hour. Would you like to return to the scholars?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Mikon, that was fun to watch.
It was fun to participate in.
I was hoping they scuffed you up a bit, though.
Oh, you're such a good man, Midas. Here, I thought you did that out of confidence in my ability.
Should have known. Well, now I'm out 14 blooms, so it's whatever. Money's money.
So you guys head back to the scholars, and they see you in. As the 3 of them now have their masks off, you can see these weathered old people who diligently work with the culture and bodies of Bluts to help Fallende. They come in, they're like, "Oh, so you were looking for us earlier," says the red.
Yes. Yeah, I guess so. God. What is this, a freaking, it's like a rainbow in here almost with the amount of colors.
It seems to me, says the green, that there's one of us from each canton in here.
I just...
Full Fallendean collection.
You probably murdered that boot yourself by your temper. I would say, well, that's besides the point. Here is this gem that I found that I thought would be of interest. I'm going to slide it on the table so I don't have to touch them.
The orange woman picks it up and examines it. She goes, "Where did you get this?"
I found it off of a very much dead governor. Mayor, I should say.
This is an item of religious significance to Bluts. So they usually place it at shrines to their sickening goddess, Aswia.
Well, if you want to if you want to study it more, you could have it for a price.
We have enough of these. Thank you, though. But it's
Okay.
very concerning that this mayor would have one.
Yeah, I don't know why you would have it. Still trying to figure it out myself. He was part of some nefarious groups, but to be part of Bluts is even lower than, you know, I guess criminal organizations.
Truly.
Maybe they're trying to weaponize them. That's my guess, but I don't know.
Could be that the organization just happened to get their hands on one of these, and quite a big gem, says the Green. Must have gave it to the mayor as some sort of collateral.
Yeah, but with that symbol on it, most people wouldn't take it.
Ear Willa, says the woman. She shivers. What a disgusting phrase.
Oh, he said something we can agree on. I'm going to turn to Mikon. Isn't these your kind of people?
These are not pastors. These are people of the book, not of the grave, like myself.
Yeah, it's all the same to me, science origin.
Yes, says the person that worships a sea god.
Worships.
Why don't we tell these good people in here about your poster?
Hey.
You think I didn't see that?
What? I just picked up a little rubble from down the street and happened to keep it. Shoves it in the pocket a bit deeper.
You do know that he's a foreigner, right?
But I don't believe in leaving trash around. It just happened to be on the ground, and I picked up.
Whose lipstick? He doesn't say that.
Is that coral blue?
It's the coral blue number 5.
We should be going, really. I think we found out what we needed. Yeah.
I'm sure the Kazankov will be needing us soon, so we best be going.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I wonder if they've picked up any other Blut Hunters to join our little group of 2.
A little bit of sweat breaks from the brow.
My love, Jano.
Whispers, they can never tear us apart.
They don't know about our connection. So you do go back into the Kantenkopf room. You're let in, and to your horrible shock, it does seem like it's just going to be you guys again on this one. Backed up, of course, by the privateers led by Captain Wenister, so that's a bit more. Although that does mean they're being led by Captain Wenister, so make of that what you will. He seems like a normal, put-together man.
I guess so. I guess I'm still stuck with good old Orangey.
As the Kantenkopf, he turns to you and he goes, "We have found the location of their base."
Well, good. Where do we have to go?
It tells you that it is a small area. They didn't set up that far from the sea, as they did manage to take one of Captain Wenister's ships with them when they first went away from him. They are set up on a small island off the teeth of the goddess. It's very wild there. It's very it's not very settled. There's a few small villages there, but it seems like this is the main Did I say island? I meant to say they're set off on a peninsula near the teeth of the goddess. It's a bit wild there. They're near the city of Crab Rock, but we're going to be going at them by sea. So he explains to you that you will be going with Captain Wenister and his forces. Because of the situation with the war, they can't really spare more actual Blut Hunters. So aside from you two, and maybe someone else that joins in on this session, it will be you and the privateers led by Captain Wenister to go and fight against the Amythest Serpent at their home in the nest of the snake itself.
Okay.
And
you said we're getting a ship?
Yes, there'll be 3 ships going from Captain Wenister's armada, including the flagship.
Captain Wenister himself?
Of course.
Oh boy, great.
But the Captain Cop says, there's one other thing I want to alert you to. Basul, the leader of the Amythest Serpent, and a mutineer, is an elemental. He is a fire elemental. Manipulate fire. But the strange thing is this sword he found. I believe that he calls it Begonia.
Interesting.
As you know, Begonia is a flower, and it means hatred. So he has this sword. The sword is, according to Captain Wenister, who was on the receiving end of it, extremely abnormally sharp. It is a long sword, but it hits much harder than it should. This is odd, as it doesn't seem to be underling carved, nor does it seem to be an artifact. Not that he could use one anyway. So do be careful about Begonia, and do try to seize it and bring it back here so we can examine the craftsmanship.
I'll try. Okay, well, we shouldn't be wasting any time. We should be getting right to it. Would it be supplies for this journey?
Yes. He gives you 5 healing salves,
Okay.
2 disinfecting alcohols.
2 disinfectant. Okay, brings up to 4 of those.
Yeah, one moment, please. Some food.
Okay. We still have that bag of apples, which is good.
Yeah, he gives you some more rations, some more of the meat, salted meat. Yeah.
Perfect.
And he gives you 2 smelling salts packets.
Okay. So I get 4 of those. Okay, gotcha.
Sadly,
Okay.
there's not a wonder pearl.
I do have 1 left, but
No, Mikon used one last time.
oh, I used it. All right.
He used it to get the mayor out of commission.
Okay. Well then, where would they be docked?
They will be in the harbor, and they are waiting for you. The captain seemed quite excited. I pray for your safety. Get this mission done. For the good of Fallende and for Purple Shine.
Well, I'm not so worried about being safe. I'm worried about being stuck on ship with a bunch of those undesirables. Pirates. Oof.
Also, word of advice, make sure not to refer to them as pirates. They are privateers, and they will get very angry, and you will be alone with those angry people in the middle of the sea. So the captain is quite adamant about being referred to as a privateer, an agent of Purple Shine.
Okay, I guess so. I'll behave. Okay, Mikon. We should probably get going.
So you guys do head off. You guys find their boats in the harbor. There are two smaller ones. All of them have cannons on them. And there is a much larger one. It is called the Salty Dechera and is the flagship of Captain Wenister's fleet. It is a large ship, and it is known and feared throughout the Glitter Sea. As you step onto the dock, sapphire waves cresting against the wooden pillars of it, and walk onto the Salty Dechera, you are greeted with the sound of squelching footsteps.
Oh boy.
Ah! If it isn't the two little dispatch hunters sent by the Cantonkopf to go and do his bidding once again. Oh, how I've been looking forward to this journey. And it's so lovely to see such competent Blut Hunters accompanying my little crew. Oh, I'm sure it will teach Asul a valuable lesson.
Oh yeah, I hope so. He was one of yours, right?
Yes, that bastard betrayed me. Got his hand on that damn sword begonia. Thought he was a big shot. Took one of my ships and a part of my crew and formed that dastardly group of bandits. But it's okay. We're going to send each and every one of them to the hell of light.
Well, you have Stutter here, correct?
Stutter? Oh, yes. He's over there swabbing the poop deck. And when he gets done with that, he's swabbing the latrines.
How
emptying
wonderful.
The chamber pots. And then
Oh, yeah.
swabbing the room. He has a lot to make up for. But good little Stutter is a dutiful little rat. He'll get it done. He knows what I'll do to him if he does it. And as Captain Wenister says, that he holds a hand up, and you can see a candy purple aura swirl around it before fading as you see his color magic for a split second.
Ooh, how nice. That's the one that drives people mad, isn't it?
Oh, yes. My touch can send people to all sorts of wondrous places, whether it be a land of pure and wonderful fancy and fantasy or your worst nightmare. Sometimes it's not even up to me. I just let the magic do what it wishes. Would you like a demonstration?
Oh yeah, I think I would want one. Well, not on me, of course.
Oh,
but,
that's a pity.
I would say, Mikon here. He loves.
No.
Oh, he's just being shy. He's just being shy.
That's a shame. I'm sure you'll get to see it in action once we start the attack.
How about Stutter? Stutter!
No. Stutter's already had it used on him a few too many times today.
See him twitching over there a bit.
Yeah, he's that great. It's been a good period of time for that man. I even took his daggers from him. You can get them back once the Amythest Serpent has been reduced to the Amethyst Ash, and he begins laughing at that like it's the funniest thing in the world.
Well, I think he is still a little shooken up from roasting that large man.
Or his brother being shot by Bertha. That probably got him too. By the way, he yells over, Helmsman, set off. I don't want to wait a minute longer. So the albino turns back to you.
So do you want me? So how many of them do you want me to kill?
Here's the plan, Sonny, he says. And he kind of snaps his fingers and someone walks out of a folding chair and they unfold it for him and he takes a seat. And he goes, let me tell you from me throat. You're talking here to Captain Wenister, the most feared privateer on the Glitter Sea. And as he says that and he moves, you can just hear like a lot of like squelch from his back hitting against the chair. You see some of the the cream he wears like come out from the opening of his mouth, like where the opening over his fabric suit where his mouth would be.
Obviously discomforted as I'm watching this. It's like,
Me? Well, seeing as you two landlubbers like to function on the ground, I'll be sending you and a few of my most landed men to attack them on the ground. Me? Well, I'll come in at the end. Suitably dramatic for one of my stand. But before that, me and these 3 ships here, we're going to hit them with cannon fire. We're going to lay a proper siege to them. We're going to sink the ship they took from me. We're going to lay destruction itself right upon the Amythest Serpent. Show them what happens when you deal with corruption, when you stand against me or purple.
I guess it is best that you would come in last, because I don't think for some reason you'd be the best at sneaking in.
And he kind of like, he puts his hands behind his shoulder and he reclines even more. You just hear like, squelch. It's like, why did you say that?
No reason. You just seem to be more of a blunt man, I would say.
It's true. You do like to get to the point.
Because obviously you'd be
Make yourselves at home. The salty nature is yours, but not really. It's mine. Don't go near my room. Do whatever you want. Steal as much as you want from Stutter. I don't care.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll make myself at home. And I'm going to turn to Mikon. You want to go mess with Stutter?
No, nothing else to do. He is the entertainment.
Okay. We'll go walk over to Stutter.
We walk over to Stutter, and he's like very finicky, and he looks over here and goes, it's you two. You're here. Thought I saw the last of you.
How are you doing on the ship?
The captain has me doing all types of unpleasant things to re-earn my spot.
Looks like it. You got any booms on you by any chance?
I've got 3 to me name.
3 to your name. That's interesting. I'm gonna pick them up and start shaking them.
Strength.
Yes. Let's give it a shot. You know what? I'm just not rolling good today. I don't think I'll be able to.
Tell me, you kind of weirdly hug him, and then you try to lift him.
Missed you.
You go like, and you step back, and Sutter doesn't really know how to react, and you're trying to play it off like it didn't happen.
Oh, we're just I just haven't seen you in so long. Thought I'd give you a hug, I guess.
It's been 2 days, but I appreciate it. It's been hard since Stan's death.
I'm going to turn to side and I whisper to myself, I don't think I was that weak.
Mikon just kind of he kind of shrugs at you.
It must have been a rough couple of days. Too much beer, I guess.
Well, I mean, I had practice over at the Coliseum, so.
Oh, well, you give it a shot.
I won't be able to, I know that.
Oh, yeah, because you're like ancient.
I am still young enough to beat up a fake pirate with a stick. As you know. Oh! Captain! What do you want? Do you know a man named Parson? Captain Parson? Is that disgusting landlubber that plays privateer in the Coliseum? I've never met that man in my life. And let me tell you, if it came down to me or him in a sword fight, I'd just punch him in the face. He's not even worth my time. He squelches loudly as he fixes himself back in the seat. As Mikon goes, oh, well, that settles that rumor.
Jeez. God, what do you think is actually? What do you think keeps him moist?
I think he has someone fill that suit with some kind of moisturizing cream every day, and he just puts it back on.
God.
I love him so much. He's a weird guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you think we could find the moisturizer man? Stutter.
He has to be on the ship.
Stutter.
Yeah.
Tell us who the man is who moisturizes the captain every day. There's got to be someone.
It's me right now.
Oh.
That's part of my punishment. He has vats in his room, and he makes me fill the suit.
He can't smell that great. He's in that suit all day.
Oh, he fills the vats with rose petals. I'm sure there's a few stuck to him right now underneath the suit.
Does he have to take out a bathroom?
He has a zipper.
Oh. Bet you some of it comes out. Well, you should know. You clean the pots too.
He has 2 zippers. He takes it off at night. That makes it a better. He's still a bit wet. So I don't think I've ever seen the captain dry.
Who puts the suit back on for him?
Well, I have to wake up in the morning, and then I have to fill the suit with the cream, reapply it, put some nice petals and perfumes in it, and then when he awakens in his windowless room, he steps back into his second skin, he calls it, and puts his clothes on over that and starts the day the Captain Wenister way.
So is his skin really that white, or is it just the cream?
He can't be in the sun for that long without the suit, or he'll immediately start burning.
So he is that white. Wow. And now tell me more about his magic.
It's horrible. It's I don't even think he knows it's gonna do until it happens.
Oh, it's gotta be fun though. What did you see when it happened to you?
I saw I was being chased through the forests by a horde of my dead brother. And I do mean him with the hole on his head and everything. And the hole there were birds coming out of it, baby birds. They're screaming curses at me and slurs. My brother only moaned with wolf-like teeth and chased me with gray skin. It was terrible.
Wow, how amazing! I mean, how terrible. Of course, terrible. Well, you got plenty of work here to do. I don't want to tell the captain that you're slacking off.
No. He says slobbing really hard.
Good. I'm going to go around and see if there's anyone else that's noteworthy on the crew.
So you go around and you wait, hold on a second. So the other members of the crew, a lot of them do seem to just be people going about their day. They all seem a bit rough. The vast majority of them are purple. You do see a few greens, much to your chagrin. One of the people, a purple, is he's the Helmsman. The Helmsman is a darker skinned man. He's very silent, and he's holding onto the wheel tightly. He has pointed ears. You can see that from behind him. So you can tell this man is an underling.
Interesting. Let me go up and say hi. Hello.
Hello.
I am Midas, and this is Mikon, and yourself?
Rosal.
Rosa. Out here in the broad daylight, eh?
What?
Well, it just doesn't seem like, a job fitting a person who has a society that stands, mostly underground.
There are suns underground, but I am Fallende and I've never been there.
The more you know. Good to know. Well, what part of Fallende do you come from?
East is purple.
East of Purple. Okay.
He's a purple shine. He's from Purple Shine like you.
Very nice. What are you much of a fighter?
I steer the ship.
Well, imagine if you had to fight someone while steering the ship. And that would be a conundrum.
He asks you, do you have something in your pocket?
Well, yes, I do. And what of interest would it be to you?
Take it out.
Quite odd request. I take it out.
What is it? Is it rolled up?
Oh, that pocket.
Is it? What are you taking out?
I was like, pick up the ruby.
Oh, what do you take out? What items do you take out for it?
Well, I grabbed the wrong thing at first. I shoved that thing back down. So that's just a piece of garbage I found on the ground before. I didn't mean to say that, honey. It's okay. I mean, I do have this like ruby that I found, which is it's disgusting, but I keep it with me because
put it on the ground.
Put it on the ground.
He takes one hand off the steering wheel, and you can see on the paler skin of his hand there is a symbol, an orange symbol, kind of painted onto it, and it glows for a minute, a split second before vanishing. And just as it is, there's a snapping sound, and the ruby is on fire.
What's a good
Although the fire does go out, leaving the ruby basically unharmed. I have symbol magic. I can defend myself just fine. I have a few symbols on me at all times.
Oh, that's very good to know. And I'm going to walk to the side in a little bit of a dark corner and take out the poster when no one's looking.
Yeah.
And see. And I touch her my hand and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think he was going to do that. I didn't mean to put you in danger like that.
The poster doesn't respond.
It's okay, my precious. Back into the pocket with you.
No, as you say this, Mikon, he walks up to you. So are you good over here?
Yeah. I just I'm not used to being on boats, and I was sick, I guess.
Oh well, I could have sworn I heard you talking to someone.
Going those stir crazy on the ship,
Well, we've only been here for like 2 hours.
It's probably a food sensitivity or something.
Okay.
We'll just drop the subject. Because we got a long journey, and I'm gonna go downstairs now. So walk away.
You skitter down the steps as you come out, and someone immediately hands you this bucket, this metallic bucket filled with what looks like chum. They go, good, you're here. Take this to the bottom floor and feed them.
Feed who?
This blind man looks at you and he goes, "You know who? Feed him."
God, I'm so tempted to go and see what this is. Just, I guess so. Once you start walking, I kind of want to see what this is. So I walk down the stairs. I'm too intrigued to go back now.
As you come to the bottom floor, and it's almost pitch black in here, aside from a really dim torch in the back. So it's just throwing. It's not even a torch. It's kind of like I don't even know. It's like it's very dim in here. There's a really small window that's just enough light in that you're able to see. There's a large cage on this floor, and it's the floor is kind of covered in seawater, but it looks like it was intentionally put here. There's like an inch of it.
It's like, oh God, what is this?
And you hear like a hissing sound from the darkness.
What the hell did they keep down here? I'm going to try to get a better look at it if I get too close.
You step forward and you see into the cage and you see a hell crab. The creature is probably like 5 feet wide, 3 feet long, and it bubbles. It had, bluish gray shell, 2 large claws and 2 smaller claws, which it uses to shovel food into its mouth. As the creature bubbles at you, bubbles come out of its mouth and it hisses at you.
Oh my! Is it one of the biggest ones I've ever seen?
It's pretty average, aside from a single thing you've noticed, which is weird about it, which there is a bow on its back.
A bow?
There's a bow wrapped around the creature like a present. And very dimly in the light, you're able to see written on it, on like a little sign, is the word Stacy.
What the hell is Stacy? God, do I remember this name? Do I know this name?
You can infer it's talking about the crab.
Why? Why is this a pet? I thought it was a gift, not a pet.
No.
Oh, so it's like a deck. It's like a bow that a child would wear.
Yes.
So it's not like a gift bow.
It is a gift bow, but because they can't get a different type onto it.
Bow that size on anything else.
And it's like its floor is dirty and covered in like bloody, rotten fish bits. This floor smells horrible. It smells like chum, which you were guessing you have to feed to Stacy.
Is this like a secret to the crew? I'm so scared. I'm gonna feed it chum nonetheless.
You dump the chum in, and Stacy's smaller hands begin shoveling it into her crab mouth as she kind of lets out a satisfied gurgle.
I'm just gonna like mumble to myself like, "What pirates? Oh God, how is this? Some sickening obsession with this creature."
Do you go back upstairs?
I'd never be obsessed with something like this. So walks upstairs.
So you arrive back upstairs, and let's just say it's the end of the first day of travel, as the things have kind of calmed down on deck. As Stutter is still very sunburnt, and at this point, he was sunburned before, but now he looks really bad. He could use that cream. The only thing that's not sunburned are his hands from spending so much time as the cream boy of the captain.
Cream boy.
The cream boy. So the cream boy looks very hurt. Captain Wenister is actually without his set. He's suitless. He's just in regular pirate clothes. You see what he actually looks like.
Oh, as I take a look at him.
Well, he has purple eyes, really weird. And he his skin is a ghostly white color, and so is all the hair on his body. But he almost looks handsome, aside from the fact that his smile and his yellow teeth kind of make him look like a deranged, crazy person that just escaped from an asylum. So he also the fact that he's a deranged, crazy person in general really helps with the whole crazy look. So he looks like a psychopath. He's walking around chatting with the crew. He does actually look friendlier like this though, without his skin.
Is he human?
Yeah, he's human. Purple.
What happened? Well, yeah, but
Yeah, that's why the purple eyes are so weird, because it's really strange for a human to have a weird eye color like that. But it might be part of his condition.
I'm gonna go over to Captain Wenister.
You go over to the captain.
Say, how long have you had this condition for?
Oh, I was born with it.
Runs in the family?
Every other generation gets one of me, although not as charming or as good looking as myself. Very hard to have more than one of such beauty in the world. Yeah. He says, yeah, and nods to himself. Like, he's not even saying it to you.
I don't think you'd hear me if I agreed or disagreed.
Oh, I hear you if you disagree.
Oh boy. Ah, you look beautiful. You're a beautiful, beautiful young man. I'm gonna whisper in his ear. So Stacy.
Oh, you've met the girl. Ah, wonderful little lady, isn't she?
Like, is she a pet?
Well, I call her insurance.
Sure.
Sometimes, if anyone shows a little bit too much resistance to my talents, and they defy me, especially after what happened with Hasul, I decided that feeding them to Stacy was a great way to keep people in line. And she's quite a beautiful little lady, isn't she? To boot, really keeps morale high for such a cute little girl on the ship. He's talking about the giant crab.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm just like, I'm looking a bit more perturbed than when I first met him.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, that's interesting. She sure does eat her chum. Yeah, she
She loves a good chumming.
That's not an adjective. I'm that shouldn't exist. I'm gonna go over to Stutter.
You go over to Stutter.
God, why? He talks about Stacy as if she's some kind of woman.
I don't know what to say to you, man. This is just how things are here.
What are you?
Privateers.
Oh, God, were you always this way?
Yes. He's gotten worse since the mutiny.
Are you sure he didn't use his magic on me?
No, Stacy's real.
I feel like I'm in a fever dream.
Look, I'm just a cream boy. I don't know what's going on in his head.
Oh God, this is worse than Mikon's magic. I think I want to puke.
Did somebody say puke? And Mikon walks down next to you. He's been talking to the Helmsman all day, apparently. Apparently they get along really well.
Oh God. Oh God, that man's love for that crab's almost as disgusting as an orange. Oof.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no, oh, nothing. Geez, you guys sure do sneak up on people, don't you? You're kind.
I'm more interested in the crab than any Canton Mark's verbal sparring.
Oh, Stacy?
What?
The crab?
This is Mikon. He has no idea about this.
Oh, Mikon, you gotta see this.
Did you take him down?
Yeah.
The hell is that?
The captain refers to her as a lady. How beautiful she is.
It gurgles at you and it stares back up with its dead soulless black eyes. It snips its claws a little bit. And Mikon just turns around and walks. It doesn't say anything.
God. I just imagine walking in there and how beautiful.
Quite the look.
Beauty. Like sea foam coming out of its mouth. Like, oh.
Yes.
A little bit chum hanging out the mouth.
So this night goes by and the next day starts as you're all rested up. You have your magic back.
Rested is a term. After that day, I don't know how much sweeping I'm doing.
You guys laid in beds for the night. Maybe you slept, maybe you didn't. Just kind of accepting that this is real and reality has this in it. And continuing on, you kind of just go about the ship. What do you do for this day? If you are slowly getting closer to your...
I'm going to ask Mikon more about the helm.
Helmsman?
Mikon, yeah, the helmsman. What have you learned about the helmsman so far?
Well, Russell, he's quite an interesting man. He's traveled a lot through Fallende. But he said his true love has always been the Glitter Sea. He just loves working for Captain Wenister. Says he's so proud to work for such a esteemed privateer and be able to serve his country at the same time. He's a basic at symbol magic, but he says he's good with a mace.
Interesting. Well, he'd make an okay Blut Hunter.
He does fit the qualifications for it. He can use magic. You can fight a little bit. That's
a man
good
of
for
his skills,
fodder.
You wonder why he'd be a privateer.
Well, someone's got to be. Look, Midas. Don't try to recruit him. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the captain's a bit unhinged.
I don't know what would tell you that. Maybe his love for a gigantic crab in the basement of the ship. The bottom of the ship, there's a gigantic crab with a bow on it. I don't know what makes you say that.
Look, I know I'm pointing out the obvious here, but I think out of anyone I've met that's not a Blut Soccer, I think Captain Wenister scares me the most.
Oh, his eyes. Purple.
Very odd. I've never seen it in a human.
Yeah. Jeez. He says it's a generational thing. Ugh.
I'm no scholar.
And you think like, how does a borderline like that one carry on? Oof.
I guess he's quite charming.
Could afford me.
I'm sure he doesn't know if he has children or not.
Oh, that's enough thinking about that.
So the night comes.
How far are we?
So the night comes and you guys all get in. It's just again, it's kind of just a cream boy on the deck as you guys turn in for the night. And as you guys are slowly getting closer, you can actually see the beginning of the peninsula in the distance. You, as everyone's laying in bed, you guys hear a loud bang.
Oh, okay. I hop out of bed.
So you run up. As you, Captain Wenister, the helmsman, Mikon, and a few other people run up you do find Stutter bleeding on the top deck, poop deck, if you will.
He's bleeding?
He's been shot. And there's something on the ground in front of him.
How is he dead or is he just
Do an intelligence.
16?
He is alive. He is unconscious. If you guys can treat him now, he will survive.
Treat the cream boy.
As Mikon gets right back to treating Stutter. And as he treats Stutter, he goes, "You really have to stop getting shot. This hobby of yours is quite concerning," he says jokingly. So there's something on the ground in front of him.
I'll pick it up.
It is a bouquet.
A bouquet of flowers?
Yes, of specifically rhododendron.
Oh boy. I'm going to bring this over to Captain.
I guess I'll have to find a replacement cream boy. Are you interested in the position, Midas?
I think I'll pass. I think he'll be okay.
Shame, you've got the hands for it. So why don't you come over here? Come on.
Just go look at my hands, big. What? We got this. You got your young cream boy when he was shot. Well, we stabilized him and he's okay. So he'll be back and at it, giving you cream. But there's a bouquet left here.
He looks at it. And he goes, "Ah!" And he says it very loudly. "Bertha! You've been here. Are you still around?" Ooh, pistol witch. Working Jesus' little minion, sending us a warning. Rhododendron. So in Fallende, a very important thing, a very cultural thing, and this applies to all cantons, is the language of flowers, which is flowers being used to convey messages or meanings. And rhododendron means danger. So this is a warning. Turn back or face danger, left by Bertha, the teleporting mage.
Quite a troublesome one, since she's able to teleport.
She has such potential too. Same, she's gonna have to be put to the sword like the rest.
Well, do you know any way that we can, I don't know, overcome this teleporting ability?
He scratches his head. And he smiles and he goes, "You can't teleport if you're having a bad trip."
Well, that makes you quite valuable in this circumstance.
Oh yes. Bring us back Bertha alive.
Only if you could, well, no, she would never trust us. We once fed a wild animal some deadly poison through some meat. It's a good time. Only if you could do the same to some meat, but she wouldn't take any of our food.
No. But there, he holds the bouquet and he shakes it towards the moon, Malik. You know, this is a promise of a good time come tomorrow.
Yes. Well, this just means that we should increase our security on the ship because we don't need to lose any more crewmates. Night watches, maybe.
I'll organize one.
Not just
And
the cream boy.
He throws the flowers up into the air and he sends a bolt of candy purple energy flying into them. They explode and fall into the sea. And
Hopefully
with
that got
that,
our attention.
I think that should have announced our presence and our intentions quite well.
Perfect.
So with that, the next day comes. You guys are moved to one of the other ships, and you're sailed off. You guys, no. You put into a lifeboat. You and Mikon, and a few other people are put into rowboats, and the two of you and these other privateers will row onto the mainland as the ships begin their positions. You can see the camp of the Amythest Serpent now. They have many archers' towers, and they have like a row of cannons against a wall. And behind the wall, you're able to see a kind of like a makeshift harbor where they have their one ship floating. You see many people running around. You're invading at night. So you waited another day. And just as you set foot onto the sand of the beach, the bangs begin, cannon firing at cannon. The three ships of Captain Wenister's armada versus the cannon wall of the Amythest Serpent. Archers are also kind of trying to fire in vain at the ships before running down and kind of backing up the main force, which is good because they don't see you coming yet.
Perfect. Am I in range of one of the towers? 60 feet.
You and Mikon are able to sneak up to one, yes.
Would I be able to try to decapitate the person who's shooting the cannon?
Oh, that is on the wall. There is a person on a tower, though, running down to kind of go onto the wall.
I'm going to try to take him out.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to, well, first off, I'm going to put some magic into it. That way I'm able to call it back. So,
well, you can do that anyway.
Okay,
if you're just throwing it, you can just manipulate metal and bring it back.
I'll do that then. I'm going to try to aim for the head.
Don't forget, you can throw 2 now.
Okay, I'll throw.
But one just doesn't have modifiers.
All right, I'll throw 2 then.
Okay. If you're throwing them, you can't do unblink harm because you have to be holding on to the symbols.
Gotcha. All right, it's just a normal attack then. All right, for the first one, that'll be 11 to hit.
11 hits.
Okay, and the second one, that one's not good. It's a 7. 7 probably doesn't hit.
7 hits.
7 hits also?
This guy does not see you guys.
Oh, perfect.
He has his back turned to you.
All right. Okay. Six damage altogether.
How do you want to kill this guy?
Decapitation.
As the 2 chakrams fly, one getting him in the neck and the other one finishing the job as his head falls back to the ground and you're able to retrieve your weapons without using magic up.
Perfect.
So another Amythest Serpent has died. As you're able to hear the sounds of combat ring out around you as the other privateers have begun their land assault while cannon fire begins. Part of the tower you were just up next to, actually, as you and Mikon walk away from it, is hit by a cannonball and explodes, the wooden pieces of it falling to the ground and into the sea.
Oh boy. All right, we probably gonna press on forward then.
Okay.
Can we try to stealth our way around?
Yes, do dexterities.
I'm just not rolling good today. It's a 5.
You guys kind of sneak in the shadow for a bit, but just as you do, you see a sword get ran through one of the privateer's sternums and pulled out by a bandit. Another bandit next to him decapitates one of Wenister's men. The 2 set their sights on you. Roll d12.
A d12?
Yep.
Five.
Oh my god. Roll it again.
4.
Okay. And it's in a very bizarre and unexpected turn of events. The first to go is Mikon, as the one guy raises his sword to slice at you. Mikon holds his hand out and the man is overcome with a sickly green aura as he begins to cry and gag as he vomits blood and falls dead to the ground.
Ooh, nice one, Mikon.
And with that, it is the turn of another one who goes to attack you. And what's your armor? What's your armor?
$13.
As you're able to block, you're able to
13.
you're able to duck underneath his sword and go for your attacks.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna go for two chakram attacks then.
Okay.
The first one is 14 to hit.
14 hits.
And then I add the modifier onto the second one, right? Also to hit.
No. Second one has no modifiers on anything.
Okay.
That is your ability as a dex character to have that second one.
A 14 to hit on the next one also.
They both hit.
Sweet. All right, for the first one with the modifier, 3 damage. The second one is 4 damage, so that's 7 altogether.
As you carve into this man's chest, carving into his organs as he spits blood and also falls over dead. There's 2 more Amythest Serpents have been killed.
Perfect.
As the war continues to rage around you, you can almost feel or hear Wenister's laugh echoing on the sea wind as more cannons hit into the wall, although one of his ships does take a cannonball. As you continue forward, you're able to see the camp is on a hill, and you see many different tents.
Okay.
Some of them are being burnt by people with torches before they are then themselves shot down with arrows by the defending Amythest Serpents. You see actually many different tarps with the Amythest Serpent symbol, which is a purple snake, also being ripped down by Wenister's privateers.
My internet should be stable now. Sorry about that. Okay. How far is the entrance?
So you guys, I think you guys have already entered in.
Okay, sweet.
So basically, it's on a hill. So the further up you go on the hill, the closer you get to Hasul.
Gotcha. All right. I guess we're gonna make our way up then. Try to be as stealthy as we can, of course. But...
Okay, try for Dex again.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. That's 20 on that.
Yes, you guys, you disappear. Although Mikon is not anywhere near as good as you. Better than your last time, but Mikon is kind of sticking out as he is then again attacked by another bandit.
Okay, I'm gonna go for attack, and does it count as like surprise since I'm not very seen?
Yes, you will be able to attack this without rolling initiative once.
All right, 2 chakrams then.
Are you using Unfling Carved on them?
Unrun carve.
If you're not throwing them, you can use it.
Yeah.
So they both get +1 additional, even though without modifiers.
+1 even without modifiers. Gotcha.
Yeah, because it's a property of the weapon.
All right. Then I'm gonna go. That's a 16 to hit in the first one.
Yep.
And a 23 to hit on the second one. So.
Okay, you hit with both quite easily.
This guy's gonna be in trouble. That's 7 damage on the first hit.
He's dead. You immediately take his head off just as he raises his sword against Mikon. Oh, well, thank you.
No problem. Let's keep up.
So as you guys continue, you go back into more skirmishes, and eventually you do hear the yelling of wolves, as it looks like someone up there has released wolves to start attacking the privateers, as you see 3 wolves run down the hill.
3 wolves ran down the hill.
Yes.
Can I try go for 2 shotgun attacks on 2 of them?
Would you like to attack one each?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I'd be probably throwing them, correct?
Correct.
All right, so just a normal modifier to win, not another one. All right, for the modifier one. Of course, it's the modifier one. 22 to hit.
A 22 hits.
The second one. That's actually pretty good too. That's 13.
Both of those hit. One hits the wolf each.
All right, for the first one with the modifiers. Oh, that's 6 damage.
As you slice this wolf's neck, and it dies.
And the second one is 2 damage.
As that wolf is hurt but lives, as the 2 wolves look at you and let out. Basically, it's your D12 time.
My D12 time. Did I roll?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's a 10.
It is again your move. Dex,
Okay. Dex man. I'm going to go for 2 shotgun attacks. One with the modifier on the uninjured and one without it on
How many chakrams do you have?
2.
You threw
Right.
both of them.
I threw both of them. Can I call them back?
You can manipulate metal to bring them back to you, but that will be your turn.
But will I be able to? Can I try to hit one while manipulating it back?
Yes.
Okay. I can only hit one, probably.
Yes, and this has no modifiers on the attack.
Fine by me. All right. Then I will try to manipulate both of them to bring them back, but only one hits, probably.
So yep, you use your -2 and roll.
Okay. That's a 5.
As it misses the injured wolf.
All right, but I have them back in my hands, correct?
Yes. As the injured wolf goes next, as it lets out a howl. So it rolls a d10. And if it's a 7, 8, or 5, 1d4 more wolves will join.
Wow.
It's not.
Okay. Whew.
As the next to go is the next wolf, which also howls. Again, missing its 3 key numbers. As they can't really call for help this turn. As the next to go is Mikon, who runs up with his quarterstaff and engages the injured wolf, and managing to kill it. As the Unbling carves his quarterstaff, Mikon clubs the wolf's head in.
Nice.
As it is now your turn again.
All right, I'm going with my shotguns in hand. I'm going to run over and try to fight the one wolf.
Yep.
The last one. All right, and I add +1 to both of them, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But only one gets. Does one get the full modifiers? Or do both get all the full modifiers now?
So what are you saying?
So I'm going to be doing hand-to-hand combat. Did they both get the +2 to damage and +3?
No.
Okay.
Only the first one.
Only the first one. Gotcha. All right.
But Unbling carved abilities go on both.
Okay, so they get all +1s.
For damage.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, for the first one, it's going to be a 6 to hit.
A 6?
Mm-hmm.
No.
All right, for the second one, that will be a 7 to hit.
As the wolf gracefully dodges both of your slices.
Oh boy.
As it then opens its jaws and goes to bite you. As it does, and it does 2 damage to you.
All right.
And as this wolf goes and bites you, a quarterstaff is a swung at it. As the wolf lets go and the quarterstaff misses.
All right.
It's your turn again.
All right, two attacks. 8 for the 8 to hit.
As the wolf is again able to maneuver out of the way.
Okay, I'll try my second one then. 18. Okay, that's it.
That one does.
Okay. This one's without the well, actually gets +1 to damage. That's about it. 4 damage.
You really get this thing across the back with your golden glowing chakram. I remember on your next turn you'll lose 1 magic point from using the unclaimed property.
Okay.
And as this happens, the wolf on its last legs lets out one last desperate howl. And it doesn't work.
Perfect.
As coming up behind it and clubbing its head in is Mikon. The wolves have been slain.
Perfect.
As the seawall of the Amythest Serpent is destroyed, and the ships begin moving in as the last 2 cannons still fire upon them. It looks like so far this is going in your favor.
Would the bottle of disinfectant do anything or healing cells?
No.
Okay. Gotcha. Smelling salts is just to bring someone back to consciousness, correct?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. What's a good thing that the wolves didn't get anything, or we didn't have to deal with any more than just 2 wolves? Mikon, we should probably make our way up.
Yes, I believe we should try to get to the top of this. So as more privateers flood in, some of the bandits that would have attacked you are now dealing with them. Despite the power of the Amythest Serpent, they were still a growing bandit group. And a lot of their power came from Sewell's knowledge of contacts that Wenister had. And there might be other members of the bandit group not here. So they weren't really at their full strength for this attack. So as the final 2 cannons fall, archer towers are mounted by bandits as they fire arrows into the oncoming privateers. Those cannons are still being shot at the towers. Their defenses were not set up well enough to deal with the 3 ships. And you and Mikon have been doing an excellent job at taking care of ground forces as 2 more bandits come out swinging at you with their swords. Let's roll your d12.
Okay. That's a 1.
Roll it again.
A 2. Haha.
Okay.
Looks like Mikon's gonna be carrying this one.
As the first guy jumps out at you and he goes to stab you with his sword. As he does hit. I know. Hold your cheers in. As he stabs you for 3 damage. As the second guy comes from Mikon, his own sword, and he goes, "The Amythest Serpent! It will not fall this easy! The soul will burn you all!" As he does so, hits Mikon for 3 damage. As Mikon, kind of angry and perturbed by this, he takes a step back and his hand glows as he sends a bolt of vomit green energy flying out and hits the guy who just attacked him for a good amount of damage as he knocks that guy onto his ass and the man's bleeding now, but he's still alive, as it is now the turn of you.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the one that's still up, like still standing on there, but I'm going to go for 2 chakram attacks with my hands.
Yes, and you're not on the 3 count anymore, so it starts from 1 again.
Okay. The first one is 16 to hit.
16 hits.
And the other one is 11 to hit.
Both hit.
Sweet. All right. Uh, 5 on the first hit.
Yep.
And 5 on the next hit. So
you easily dispatched your attacker.
perfect.
And As this happens, the other man gets up and he goes to jab at Mikon, but misses as Mikon is able to finish him off with another staff hit to the head. As you guys continue forward, as you go up the hill, you're able to see its top. At the top of this hill, there are many different torches, braziers of sticks and wood holding coal held up. You see 6 of them surrounding what looks like a large open area. Sitting on a makeshift throne, watching the conflict around him, is a man, and he is guarded by 2 of his minions, 2 bandits, like the ones you just did away with. Behind him is a large Amythest Serpent kind of flag and piles of treasure. But most of all, which sticks out to you about this cloaked figure is the sword he holds. It's in his hand. It's already out of its sheath, as he's already slain a few privateers that have run up at him quite easily with it. As the sword, despite being used as a murder weapon, holds not even a single drop of blood on it. As it is the sword, Begonia, holding it is a man with flaming red hair, the fire elemental, Hasul, the bandit captain of this little group, the leader of the Amythest Serpent, and the one who's been causing all of this trouble. He sits before you, and soon we will fight him. So, roll your d12s. Back?
Yeah, 5.
Okay, 5. The first to go is Hasul. He stands up, he points Begonia at you. You notice the sword is incredibly beautiful. It is intricately made. You can see the intense sharpness of the blade. It's beyond even your own chakrams. It's really strangely sharpened. It shines beautifully in an almost rose color of the pinkish metal of the sword, overlaid with gold, and a beautiful hilt with a gem on the pommel, a bright red gem. As he goes, "You too. I heard about you from Bertha. You Blut Hunters stick your nose where it doesn't belong. I'll kill you both."
It's just business.
Business or not, you have harmed my group, my Amythest Serpents. You will understand that I, Hasul the Flame, am not one that can be trifled with. Unlike that fool Captain Wenister, I have grander ambitions than to live off the teat of Fallende. And he waves his hands and the sword, and I need you both to make dex throws.
Do ones work the same way?
No, there's no naturals in this.
That would be a 4 then.
As fire rips itself out of 2 of the braziers, they completely extinguish as it falls to the ground in front of you, and it covers and it opens into like a circle and traps you inside of a circle of fire.
Fun.
As you can feel the heat roasting you as you stand in there. If you try to, in order to leave this place, in order to move it all, you will take a d6 plus 2.
Oh boy.
But there is some good news. Somehow, a 60-year-old man, Mikon, was nimble, more nimble than you, the dedicated Dex character, and he jumped out of the way and was not trapped in the fire prison.
Perfect.
As it is now the turn of one of the bandits that shoots an arrow at said old man, hitting him as Mikon takes an arrow to the chest. He is still up though, that old rascal. And he who is actually kind of low on magic now. He holds his own hand out and uses his own -4 on that same bandit. As he sends a green, like, disgusting miasma of aura out of his hand. And the bandit is unable to resist the disgusting pungentness of a Mikon's attack. As the bandit, again, he grabs his throat as it closes up and he falls over dead to the ground.
Oh boy.
As
Okay.
Mikon is now panting from the exertion of magic he's been putting out. As it is now the turn of the. What did you roll again? 5? It is now your
5.
turn.
All right. Well, good thing I have throwing weapons. So I think I'm going to use my own -4. Okay. So you want to explain what happens? So I take my chakram.
Yep.
And in the palm of my hand, you see metal bubbling up beneath it, which latches itself onto the metal, almost like it's alive.
Yep.
And then it condenses into the metal, or it basically absorbs into the metal, creating a very, very much more sharpened and heavier metal, and stronger metal. I call it my own metal, calling it Midinium.
My Midinium!
My Midinium.
My Midinium blades!
And then I basically whip that thing straight at what's his name's head? Hazul's head.
Hey.
Going for the kill shot, baby. And of course I have my other one, which is just normal. Unless I want to use an R+4 on that. I think that would leave me like 1 magic point.
Yeah.
I think I'll just go with 1 and 1 normal one for now. All right, for my condensed metal one. Baby. All right, that's 18 to hit.
That hits.
Yes. Danny needs a new pair of shoes. Not my greatest, but 6 damage.
As you send this flying, and it hits Asul in the chest, ripping through his chest plate. You see blood drip out of him. He lets out a roar, and he points at you with begonia, and he goes to the bandit next to him. Shoot him!
And before he does his thing, I'll throw my other chakram.
Okay.
Which doesn't have any modifiers on it. Is an 8 going to be enough to hit him?
As it whizzes right by his head.
All right. We'll go ahead and be behind him at least.
And as the other guy takes an arrow out and fires at you, hitting for 2 damage.
Okay.
You Blut Hunters, you think you're so impressive with your little tricks. Let me show you the true destructive power of magic. As he points at Mikon, he sends out a blast of flame. As Mikon dives to the ground, just as this plume of fire engulfs the spot where he was standing.
What a nimble old man.
I know. He's doing so good on his rolls today.
Mm.
Well, actually, that time it was Hasul missing, not like Mikon just being really good with his joints still. So yeah, Hasul misses that. As the next to go is Mikon, and Mikon's still kind of panting. He's used a lot of his magic up. He's really starting to feel it, but he still has 4 points to play with. So he's kind of, he holds his hand out towards that last mage, and he fires a color bolt. And he hits injuring the archer.
All right.
It is now your turn.
All right. I can use manipulate metal to call back my condensed metal one, correct?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll use manipulate magic -2. So to call back my condensed metal one to try to hit my boy.
Asul?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I add anything?
No.
All right. That's an 11 to hit.
As you bring it up, and it kind of floats out from where it once was, as Asul's kind of moved forward a little bit, and it goes to fly at him, and he brings up Begonia at the last minute, and the two metal objects hit each other. Sparks fly out, and he deflects it as it still flies back to your hand.
All right. Does my other one fly back or no?
Yes.
Okay. I probably can't go for attack on that one though. No.
No.
Gotcha. All right. Okay.
Kill him. Are you going to do anything else?
I don't think I can because I can't take an attack because that was my attack, right?
Yeah.
All right. No, I don't think these apples are enough to extinguish a flame.
No, I don't think so either.
Just drops apple. I'll try to defend myself though.
The injured archer again takes his bow. He fires upon you. What's your armor?
Armor is 12.
As he is barely able to hit you for another 2 damage.
Okay.
As it is now Asul's turn. As Asul marches up to Mikon, who is panting on the ground, keeping himself up with his quarterstaff. As he takes Begonia and he looks in your eyes and goes, I'm going to kill your old friend here. He hits.
Oh no.
It's not. Oh! Ooh. As Mikon, this nimble bastard, is just able to throw himself as this mighty blow comes down, and he gets slashed across the chest, but he misses what would be a killing blow, as Mikon is definitely not in good shape right now. And but you notice something: the sword, despite slashing in the Mikon's chest, has no blood on it.
It's so weird.
And this happens. Mikon takes his quarterstaff. The Undling Carved activates it. It turns bright white, and he goes to attack Asul with it. As Asul is again able to easily block the attack.
Yeah.
It is now your turn.
All right, I'm going to go for the 2 drop attacks on him. The one is condensed spell, correct? Or the one is, yeah.
Okay.
Condensed?
Are you going to
Still?
use one of them on the archer? Yes, it is still condensed.
I'm going to use the one that's not. I'm going to use the condensed one on
Asul?
Azul, and then I'm going to use the non-condensed one on the archer. For the condensed one, that would be a 10 to hit. Not hitting. Oh, no.
Again, he blocks it, skillfully moving Begonia.
Fantastic. And then for the normal one, that's a 3 to hit.
As both of them miss, and the archer fires upon you, he too misses you.
Okay.
You're annoying me. As Asul opens a palm towards you and releases fire.
No.
And you simply, having nowhere to move, you duck as it goes over your head, and you feel it fray your cloak a little bit, but the fire plume does not engulf you, but you're still trapped in the prison. as Mikon takes the opportunity to go for a quarterstaff attack, hitting his
Sweet.
unbling carved weapon. He hits him for 4 damage, slapping Asul into his injury from your chakram.
Get wrecked. That old man is throwing heat.
And with this, he is. Asul does look a bit beaten up, but he's still really good. As it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna call back both my chakrams, but I'm gonna call back. I'm gonna call back. The one I'm gonna try to attack with is the one that is for archer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll give it a shot. Okay, that's a 17 to hit.
You hit.
Come on, baby, anything but a 1. I guess I do. 2 damage.
2 damage.
Mhm.
As you slash his neck and the archer falls dead.
Sweet. Can I try to get out of fire without touching the fire? Like jumping over it?
The only way to do that would be to
Or is it too
extinguish
tall?
the fire with something. And you have to do that next turn, because the only thing I think you can do is create metal to extinguish a path.
Like a bottle of disinfectant?
Alcohol?
Hey, we never said it was off.
This will work! Explodes your own face. You think you're gonna kill me, Hasul? Watch this.
Yeah, buddy. That you're cool. That's so cool.
As it is now the turn of Hasul, since you killed his last little helper. As Hasul glares at you and he goes, Begonia will run through your heart, but not before killing this old man and drinking his life. As he again attacks. And this time, Mikon goes down. Mikon is now in a state of dying.
Oh boy. Okay.
Which starts immediately. Oh, this is actually really scary. Remember, there's a 1 in 4 chance Mikon dies.
It's pretty high.
I'm really nervous. Okay, good news. Mikon is he grasps on the life for a bit longer, and he gets to basically be stable for this turn, but next turn he has to go again on the 1 in 4 chance of dying.
Okay.
Wait. 1 5, 10. No. Mikon rolled an 11. Mikon is unconscious. He's alive.
Oh boy.
So he escaped his state of dying. So he is okay. It is your turn.
All right. Would create metal take away my turn?
Yes.
Of
Although you
attacking?
can still use an item.
What item would be useful? Yes, sir.
Smelling salts would wake up Mikon.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, create metal would be my last -3, but I guess I'll still have my condensed metal chakram.
How much magic will you have left?
3. What are we enough to create metal? All right. I'll create metal just to get out of here,
Okay.
and then I'll create a little metal path, and then I will go over and kind of sprinkle some smelling salts that way.
As you unleash the last of your magic, it's a massive wave of exhaustion overtakes you as you feel yourself running on empty. If you use any more magic, you will pass out.
Okay.
But you are able to still keep yourself up as you wake Mikon up just in time for you both to stare down Hasul. You're both almost at empty, but Mikon still holds 2 magic left, enough to use his unbling carved weapon. As Hasul smiles down upon you and raises Begonia for an attack on your models as he hits for 3 damage.
For whom? Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Still up.
Goes-
Still
He
up.
goes, good job escaping the prison. Would you like me to create another one for the two of you? As again, he slashes into your side. He takes the sword out, and there's not a drop on it. As Mikon goes, still barely standing up, only up thanks to the smelling salts and the shock they gave him. He goes, "Screw you, bandit!" As he he goes for an unwing carved quarterstaff attack and is blocked. Is now your turn.
But my condensed metal chakram still has its plus the damage and hit.
Yes, but that will wear off next turn.
Okay. Then
It's only
well I have, I'm going to use it. So, all right, I'm going to go for 2 chakram attacks then.
okay.
Okay, it'll be a 22 to hit for the condensed metal one.
Okay.
And an 8 to hit on the non.
As he blocks one of your attacks, but your main attack is able to get through his defenses.
Okay. 4 damage.
As he growls at you.
But these are with my hands, so I'm not losing them at least. Hand-to-hand combat.
You've done much more than you deserved. And he waves his hand, and one of the torches goes out as its flames kind of go into like a ball and fly at you.
Ooh.
As they hit you for
I'm down.
3 damage as you're smashed with this little ball of fire. Although you do see he is starting to run out of magic as well. And
Right now, do I go to -2 or just a 0?
you are dying.
Oh, perfect.
So you have your death roll next.
Oh no.
Which, remember, could just kill you if you roll a 5 or below. But luckily for you, Mikon goes for an unwing carved quarterstaff attack. And he's able to hit Hasul for 3 damage.
Sweet.
And he also has smelling salts, which he uses on you.
And I'm up with
1. This terrible scent, it shocks you back into consciousness.
Perfect.
I think that is all. It is now your turn.
Okay. Can this smell wore off so there's normal chakrams now?
As the Midinium melts away and evaporates.
And there's no pluses to them then, right?
No more +3 damage.
It's just what's
The
it
normal
called?
dex.
Oh, a normal dex for to hit. Or sorry. It's any pluses to damage.
The normal addition to damage would be your dex.
Would be my dex.
+2.
Or +3, right?
Yeah, +3.
Yeah.
On damage. So when it has the condensed metal, that does +6.
Yeah. All right. Gotcha. Okay, 16 to hit in the first one.
Hits.
And that one's not hitting. The other one doesn't hit. Okay, that'll be 5 damage.
How do you want to kill him?
Yes. Oh my goodness. All right. I want to completely slash him down the side, disconnecting his shoulder to his thigh, basically in a diagonal slash.
Yes. As you go from 2 attacks, and again, this time he goes, "I tire of your nonsense," and he quickly moves Begonia into the circular middle of your second chakram and stops the attack. But you let go of it to his shock. The full force you're able to muster, you connect with him and just tear through him like a pizza cutter through a pizza. As blood rains out of him. Hasul takes a step back, and the flames around you start flickering, like he's trying to summon them to consume you, but they all go out as he falls dead to the ground.
Sweet.
You have killed the leader of the Amythest Serpent.
Okay, I think we need to like. Well, we're not going to fight the teleporter for like this well, so I think we try to make our way back to the ship somehow.
Over there, behind his throne, there's treasure.
Oh, treasure, perfect. Let's go over and find that sweet treasure.
You guys are able to find in his personal stash 100 blooms each.
Sweet. Okay.
And you are also able to find 3 more of those earwillet rubies.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Why they?
And as you are doing this, you hear a mutter come from Hasul, his last words before he dies. Would you like to listen to them?
Oh, of course.
He kind of in shock still. His body he's still dying from blood loss. So he goes, "Vassal," and he dies.
Isn't that the name of the Ruby guys?
Huh?
What is that the name of?
You've never heard the name Vassal before, but you can't imagine it's a good thing.
I've never also rolled this many ones. So
It's a good thing there's no gnats.
yeah. Yeah. All right.
As you guys also find a bunch of other valuables and a few strange looking items that you are assuming are artifacts that you can take back to give to other Blut Hunters.
Speaking of artifacts, I'm going to take that weapon.
You pick up Begonia.
Begonia.
So Begonia is a special weapon because it is a long sword, but it does a d6 as opposed to the d4 that it should do. And it's been accredited to super fine, excellent craftsmanship, being a perfect sword. But it's yes.
Perfect.
And you take Begonia.
All right. Do I understand the magic at all within it?
There's no, I need you to make a magic roll.
A magic roll.
Yes.
What's my magic stat?
It should be a 1.
Oh, so just I add a 1?
Yes.
8.
You reach into the sword with the small amount of tendrils of magic you have left, trying to get some kind of reaction from the metal to learn from it, as you do know a lot about metals. And the strangest thing happens. The sword rejects you. It's almost like it's not even made of metal.
Interesting. I'll have to experiment with this one later. When I have more magic in me.
As you guys are trying, as you guys are clearing out, you hear as squelching up the hill. Not really squelch. No, he's squelching. He put his skin on for this night fight. Is Captain Wenister and a few of his privateers, Helmsman at his side, as they have bound up and looking quite ill, Bertha.
Oh, you got Bertha.
Oh yes, she fell right into my trap.
Here's Hasul. What part of him do you want? The top or the bottom?
What?
As I point to him.
I've always been a sucker for tops.
I grab him by the hair and just toss him over there. The half of him.
Yes, as he takes the top, he quickly takes out his cutlass, and you see as a purple light wraps around it, and he slices the head off. As it turns out, he has been given an unbling carved cutlass. So he puts it away, and he shoves it into Bertha's face. He goes, "Do you see what mutiny gets you? It gets you attacked by a crab, poisoned with mallee root, and your boyfriend's head in your face."
Ooh, that's.
And she looks really green and sick, and she spits on the ground. You see her almost fall forward. She goes, "Screw you, Wenister." She goes, "Oh. So you really do sound like someone that wants to be turned into chum. But I'm afraid some important people want some big questions answered by you, Bertha. Maybe, if you're lucky, they won't kill you. Maybe they'll just keep you locked up forever. Or maybe, if we're all lucky, emotions to all of you, they'll hand you over to Gehenna-etic."
I mean, that would be terrible.
As he lets out a laugh as you guys head back to the ship.
Oh yeah, I think Captain Wenister, I think I'll take the rest of this what you left behind here. You know, some extra chum. You know what I mean? Of my good old Asul here.
Oh, so finally, Hasul will do something useful with his life and feed our beautiful maiden.
Yeah.
You barely hear it, but you hear Mikon just go, "I hate this," under his breath as you guys walk back to the ship, leaving the smoking wreckage of the Amythest Serpent hideout behind you. And as you do, you feel a cold wind on the back of your neck, and you're erupting goosebumps. You turn around and there's nothing there. You brush it off as nothing. You guys head back to the ship.
That was creepy.
So, as you guys bandage yourself up and disinfect your wounds on the ship, so get rid of 2 disinfectants.
2 disinfectants, okay.
And you guys have healing salves?
6 of them.
Okay, and get rid of 2 of those. As you guys put healing salves on and disinfect your wounds, it takes you a good 2 days, but you're able to get back onto your feet at 100%, although your magic does 100% recoup after a night of sleep.
Sweet.
So what would you guys like to do on the ships before we go back to Lavensea?
I'm going to ask the captain about the name that Azul cried out in there.
The Captain Wenister scratches his chin, making a very loud squelch as he does. And he goes, I'm familiar with the name. I just don't know where I've heard it before. I'm not sure.
That magic doesn't help our memory, does it at all?
No. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Oh yeah, we gotta feed the chum.
As you do feed Stacy pieces of Hasul as opposed to chum, and locked on this floor, chained to a wall, and you have to feed. And she's being fed a cup every day of some green liquid by Mikon. Actually, is Bertha, and she looks really bad, sick as a dog, vomiting into the seawater.
Hey, Bertha.
You're also able to see that there's 2 gunshot wounds in the shell of Stacy.
It seems like you're getting a bit seasick there.
Shut up.
Yeah. I have some questions for you. And maybe if you answer, maybe this might be a bit more of an enjoyable trip. I might be able to talk with some people.
They're gonna keep giving me mallee root. You know that. Can't let me use my magic wand down here or I'll get away.
Of course, of course.
But if
But
you
maybe we might be able to give you some decent food. Or you want some more chum,
ask
just
a
like my
question,
old friend over
ask
here.
a question, I might feel inclined to answer it.
Couple of them. The rubies that you collect, your group.
Yeah, those things. Worth a pretty penny, pretty high quality gems. Why?
It just seems to be weird to be collecting a Blut gem of a god for them.
Look, I don't know where Rasul got them from. When he showed up with them, he'd come back with them. He'd come out of the woods, go off on a little trip, he'd come back with them, and he'd say, "We can use these for bribes." Worth a lot of money. That's all I know about the gems.
One last thing. He said a name. What was it again?
Vassal.
Basil. Before he died.
Vassal. That does sound familiar. It's I think Vassal was whoever he was working with to get the gems, but I don't know anything else about him. Hasul didn't even really tell me much about that. He just said that Vassal was one of his contacts.
Very interesting. That's good to know. What do you know about the sword?
We were raiding a pirate ship. And I was still a member of this the cream bag, Wenister's crew. We raided a ship, and Hasul was always a very talented fighter and mage. And he seized this as his personal quarry, and it's, look at it, it's an amazing weapon. And it gave him the courage to finally stand up to Wenister, and we got off on our own, and we started our own group, and we were doing really well until you all ruined it.
I would say courage is not the proper word for it. I think this thing has malice inside of it. I have hatred inside of it.
It does mean hatred, Begonia.
Well.
But you've also roasted a man alive.
Oh, that was a hatred. That was just pleasure.
What are you, a member of Special Legion?
Oh, no, I don't waste my time in those silly little things.
Some kind of Gehennoetic fanboy?
Gehenno, who? Never heard of him. Yes.
What do you do, collect action figures and posters of them?
That. Who would do something like that?
Shows. Do you know how they got me? I'm an idiot. Wenister. I appeared, I fired, killed 2 of his men, reloaded, came back. Wenister ran down there yelling, "Don't let her go to the basement, she'll take it." And I teleported down here. They had that crab out of the cage, and it attacked me. Then Wenister came down here and poisoned me.
That's no way to
Thinks
talk
that
about our precious girl.
Where did this even come from?
I don't know, but it creeps me out as much as it creeps out you.
He comes down here and he talks to it sometimes.
God. Yeah, he's a little bit, he's a strange one between you and me.
I know, I worked for him. That's why we were so eager to leave. The man is psychotic.
There was a lot better ways of leaving than betraying the whole entire country.
We were, the Amythest Serpent was the fastest growing organization in Purpleshine. We were making so many blooms.
Well, thank you for your time nonetheless, and give her a little meat slice for your trouble.
She holds in her mouth and glares at you as you head back up. So, is there anything else you would like to do before we go back to Lavency?
I want to try to see if I can understand the sword a little bit more by funneling some modenium into it.
You can't.
I can't. Not even.
You cannot do it. You make your Medinium, you try to put it onto it, use as much magic as you can. You almost exhaust yourself, but not an ounce of your magic, not an ounce of your willpower will enter into the blade.
Wow, what a weird artifact.
It's not an artifact.
Well, weapon.
Yeah.
I can't figure this thing out. I'll go Captain Wenister. You might know a little bit more. Captain
You go ask.
Wenister. This sword is odd.
Aye.
Very much. Do you have any idea what is it?
It's a finely carved gilded blade. One of the best weapons I've ever seen in my life. It was taken from a hall by Hasul and corrupted his mind. Made him think he was better than he was and could stand up to me. But I've noticed something. I've been struck with that blade. And that blade doesn't let you bleed.
Does it eat? Does it? I tried to put magic into it and it denies me every time. A blade's got a mind of its own.
If I were you, I'd throw it into the sea.
Well, it could be. I think it could be useful for us. I think whatever kind of magic it is, if we can replicate this, I think it might be useful.
It sounds like the siren song of Begonia has already begun to whisper into your ear. Don't let it take you like it took Hasul. Rid yourself of it as soon as you can, boy. That is the advice this old privateer can give to you. Nothing good can come of that thing. Return it now to Or. The goddess seal it in her undersea kingdom, or give it to the Canton Kopf and have him dispose of it. That's all I can say.
Is there any way that I can keep this thing within like a case where I don't touch it?
You can make metal.
I can. I'll make a metal case for it.
As you create a metal case for it and kind of seal it inside. And as soon as you walk away from it, you feel an almost immediate longing to take it out of the case. And I need you to make a charm throw. No, I need you, yeah.
Oh boy. So, okay, charm throw. Yeah, no, that's like a 3.
You are able to resist it. It's not that deep of a longing, but
I'm going to ask my good fight by Mikon to keep me away from that sword.
As you wish. You should just present it to the Canton Kopf as soon as possible.
I think there might be a way to keep it without that ominous magic inside of it. I think it needs to be studied.
And what would that be?
I don't know, but I just think if we find the magic that created it, we may be able to break whatever kind of curse seems to be on it.
Then should we give it to the scholars?
Well, we have to.
You don't
touch it.
You don't really believe in curses, do you?
I may not be a religious man, but if I deny that there are black kind of dark magics in this world, I'd be a fool.
Ritual magic is a myth. We all know this. It's a scary story children tell themselves. Tell each other. Make them not sleep at night. A cruel joke. Nothing more. There are only 4 magics.
Well, that's where this is where we may disagree. I think there's a
Oh,
lot
this is
more.
where. This is the only place.
I think that there's things that the higher ups aren't telling us, trying to keep us complacent. But that's just me.
You're starting to sound like a fool.
Do you really think I'm going to go off and create a whole entire band of merry pirates? No.
I don't think pirates, considering you. He looks around and he goes, hate them.
Huh? Sorry?
Hate them. Said you hate pirates.
Yeah. So, I think I'll be okay.
So you guys arrive at Lavensey and head to see the Canton Cough. What do you do there?
Hello. We have, well, I think Wenister can show you. Can you bring the head out to show him?
Ah, yes, the treacherous man, that treacherous rat, Hasul, is dead. The Amythest Serpent is in shambles. We won't be worrying about that anymore. Another excellent job, Captain. And you too as well. It will make me rest easier knowing that they will no longer be impeding the movement of our resources, and that we can focus even more on keeping the Bluts at bay. Now, did you bring that sword?
Yes, we have recovered the sword, but I would like to have some research done on it.
Well, I was planning on that.
Can we talk in private when we get a chance? Just me and you.
Oh, here he goes about the sword again.
Why would you think it would be about the sword? That's quite silly. I've got more important things to talk about than some silly old sword.
Whatever it you wish. He motions for the other two to leave.
So you're pretty high up in the echelons here, right?
I am the Canton Kopf of Purple Shine. All that happens to the Blut Hunters here and the people is under my purview. The only ones that stand above me are the 3 captains of the Blut Hunter Legions and the Grand Kopf, Agape, Vice-Rose.
So I need to stay between us, but if you can get me a meeting with somebody who I really, really admire, and this needs to stay between us, not a word of it.
He looks confused. This ontling man goes, who?
Whispers here.
He kind of like almost even though his darker complexion, you almost see him go pale. And he goes, Gehenna the monster.
I won't call him a monster. Like a visionary maybe, but I mean that's besides that.
You are due for a reward. Why would you ever wish to speak to such a repugnant person?
I shove the thing in my pocket a bit down further. I say, you know, just research.
Look, I'm not going to ask questions. I can't make any promises. The captains do rank above me, and Gehenna is a capricious fellow, to say the least, but I'll see what I can do.
Well, thank you very much. And about that sword.
What about it? Role play reward point, by the way. So you have 2 now.
It is a magic that I have never seen before.
You should hand it over for study.
You know, I think it would be useful if I can get it back one day. You know what I mean? It's quite a exquisite blade, and I just don't want to see it to disappear, as they say.
Once we find out once we find out the properties of this blade, we will have this discussion then.
Can I oversee the experiments? Just to watch, of course. I find a wall. I won't interrupt. I won't do it.
Charm throw.
17.
I don't see why that would hurt.
Okay. Sounds good. Just let me know when it's going on, and I will be there. And I'll deliver it personally.
No, you will hand it over now.
Okay, so you sure? Yeah, but definitely try with the Gehenna thing. Just.
I can promise you, I will give it my all. This will be up to him.
And
you have earned a reward for your exemplary service. I know these missions have been unconventional, and I would like to keep you and Mikon on as personal Blut Hunters for the foreseeable future. You have been very effective in dealing with these threats.
Oh yes, of course. As long as this arrangement stays between us.
My lips are sealed.
I turn around and I pour it out my pocket and I go, oh, soon. Nah. And then as I look at the picture, I said, I think I can let go of the blade for a little bit. And I hand him the blade, and I put the picture back in my pocket just as he doesn't.
He's really just like wide-eyed. He takes the blade in the case, moves it away, and he goes, dismissed.
Yeah. Before I go, just don't touch that thing too much. It seems to have bad effects.
I wasn't planning on it. So as you leave and we begin to wrap up, level up. So level 3 is a very fun level. I've been looking forward to this for a while.
Perfect.
So do you have the PDF?
Ooh, is it in the Discord?
Yeah.
I'll have to find it, but I think so. Which one's under? Dispatch Hunters?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take